Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know, guys. Everything is good, everything is fine, right? No issues with the audio or the video. Amazing, amazing. How are you guys? Is everybody fine? Is everybody great? How are you guys? Is everybody fine? Is everybody great, guys? Awesome. Okay, great. So it has been 24 hours since our last class. Let's do a quick revision about what we have studied in the previous class, if it's not a big deal, right? So could you guys let me know what have we studied in our previous class, guys? Could you guys let me know what have we studied in our previous class? Just a quick revision, guys. Nothing too fancy about it. Okay, just a quick revision. Just a quick revision, guys. What have we studied in our previous class? We studied about the log function. We studied about JavaScript, data types in JavaScript, how to do console.log. We studied about var. We studied about const. Okay, anything else, guys? Anything else? We studied about variables in our previous class. Great, guys. Awesome. Okay, anything else, guys? Anything else that we studied in our previous class? We studied about the type of function as well, right? Okay. Anything else, guys? Anything else? We learned a little bit of introduction into what is HTML and CSS as well, right? Just to understand what is HTML, CSS. We also learned a little bit of React.Js, that why is React.Js so important, why everybody needs to learn React.Js, why top companies are using React.Js and hiring for that as well, right? Okay, so these are some of the things that we studied about in our yesterday's class. In our today's class, we'll try to focus upon learning something called as functions in JavaScript, guys. Now, this concept of functions is very important inside of JavaScript because of various different reasons, but one of the main reasons is of the fact that our journey into React.js is going to leverage this concept of functions a lot. So understanding functions, what is arguments, what are parameters, what is the difference between the two, how to create our own functions, how to use functions, what are user defined functions, what are inbuilt functions. These are very important for us and very easy as well. It's not a difficult topic, right? So yesterday, guys, did you guys try to revise what we have studied in the class after the class itself? Could you guys let me know? Whatever we studied in our class, guys, did you guys try to revise it, guys? Please let me know. Did you guys try to revise it? Please let me know, guys. Okay, I didn't tell you guys about the 5 pillars of web development. I only told you one. Okay, nicely put forward right over there. No issues in that. So today we'll also be discussing about what are the 5 pillars of web development and why are they important as well. It's a very simple topic, guys, so you don't have to worry about that. But first, we'll focus on functions. We'll complete the functions as a topic itself. If time permits, we'll talk about the 5 pillars of web development. Okay. Okay. Great. Awesome, guys. Nevertheless, I know it is very difficult to reach out to me at some particular point of time. Nevertheless, I've provided you guys with both my LinkedIn as well as my Instagram ID. So if you guys want to talk about something, you guys want some guidance upon some particular topic or something else itself, you guys can reach out to me on either LinkedIn or Instagram. Both the IDs I have provided you guys in the live chat itself. If you guys see right over there, so you guys can connect with me on both Instagram and LinkedIn. It will be great to connect with you. I always keep on posting some like job postings, some internships, maybe some important concepts that you guys need to learn at any particular point of time. So my brother is also in the live chat, I guess. Priyanshu Sinha, he's my brother. So he's also present in the live chat right over there. Okay, no issues in that. So like I said, guys, if you guys want to connect with me, if you guys want to reach out to me, you guys can definitely do that either on LinkedIn professionally if you want to reach out to me, or else if you want to just connect with me and if you have any kind of questions that you want to ask personally, you can connect with me on Instagram as well. It will be great to connect with you guys. And whatever your doubts or queries are, you can always reach out to me. Okay, so let's start with our today's class, guys, without wasting any more time. So the first thing that we need to understand in today's class is the concept that is functions. Yesterday we talked about variables. Can somebody define for me what a variable is? Can somebody in this class define for me what a variable is? Can somebody please define for me what a variable is? It's a nickname for a particular value, right? It stores a particular value. That value can be anything. That value can be a string. The value can be a number, can be a Boolean value. So it is basically a nickname given to a particular value. What is the reason behind that? So that we don't have to use the value again and again and again, right? That is the reason behind creating variables. Now, what about code? For example, you want to create a particular code. Okay, let's assume that code tells you how to go from your house. So basically, the coder is your mom. Okay, your coder is your mom, and your mom wants you to go to the shopping market and get some vegetables from right over there, or get some eggs from right over there. So what will your mom do? When you are a child, she will first take you one or two times, then she'll give you a direction. Okay, so get down from the house, uh, go towards the right for 1 kilometer, take a left, you will be able to see a shop, enter into the shop, pick some eggs right over there, maybe some 12 eggs, go to the cash register, give 100 rupees to that particular person, he will return 40 rupees back to you, take that money, walk the exact same path back home. That is what your mom will give you the directions. Now, will she give you the directions till you are 22 years old or 26 years old? No, right? What she will do is next time she'll just tell you that, okay, go and get me 12 eggs. That's it. That is all that she's going to tell you. She's not going to give you the directions again and again and again. The same thing happens when you're coding as well. Maybe you want your code to do a particular list of tasks. You want it to print left, right, the directions to the particular shop, and then you want to take out the bill, and you want to take out the eggs and come back home. Now, in that particular case, if you think about it, you're not going to write these 20 lines of code or these 25 lines of code again and again every time you want your computer or what you want your code to do a particular task, right? It's a wastage of space, as well as writing that many lines of code again and again makes no sense. Am I right or wrong, guys? Please let me know. Am I right or wrong, guys? Please let me know. Okay, many a times I really feel some of the students coming to bootcamp are extremely intelligent. I see you guys coming to the bootcamp every single day. I see you guys making sure you're working hard, you're learning right over here. And then I see some idiots, okay, in the live chat having no work in the world. They are here not to learn, they are here not to understand anything, they are here to just write presents in the live chat. I feel these kids are either idiots and they need special remedial classes or attention classes, because they lack attention given to them by other people, I guess. So they are attention seeking people, like they want attention always, right? So just ignore these fools. All the other students who are there who are really here to study. Let's focus upon functions for right now. And those students who are here to just write present, sir, I think so. If I was not running my own business, I would have abused them a lot as well, just like a normal college student would have. But for these attentive kind of seeking people, I'll definitely suggest for you guys that you should definitely see a psychiatrist or something that will help you guys move on in life a little bit faster and grow in your life at the end of the day. Instead of wasting your time, I will suggest you some TV series, some animes, maybe some movies that you want. Even if you are into reading books or playing games, I can definitely suggest you a lot of them. Some of them are extremely well written. You can spend your time right over there instead of this class. Okay, let's move on from the topic. So in the similar manner, did you guys understand this concept that maybe sometimes we want our code to do a particular work, and for doing that work we will have to write some lines of code at some particular point of time, right? Now every time we want that code to do that work, go to the market, get me eggs. I don't want to give all those directions, I don't want to write all those code again and again to do the exact same task. The next time I should just be able to tell my code, okay, go and get me 12 eggs. That's it. I just want to give him what I want to do, and he should be able to understand, right? Okay, these were the directions, these were the things that I need to do to get me my stuff. In a similar manner, just like variables are there inside of every programming language, you have functions. Functions are just as similar to variables, but instead of nicknaming values, we are going to nickname a certain piece of code. That this particular piece of code, maybe 10 lines of code, 20 lines of code, maybe 1,000 lines of code as well, is now going to be assigned a nickname. And instead of writing these 10, 20, 30 lines of code, I'm just going to call this nickname and it will work directly. All this code will be run for me. So I don't have to write 20 lines of code, 30 lines of code again and again and again. I can just assign that nickname that, okay, run this function, and all that code that is present inside of that function will be run for me. Yes, we are going to see some of the practical examples of this to understand it even further. But are you guys able to understand this analogy, this kind of a basic understanding about functions, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this basic ideology and basic understanding about the functions, guys? Please do let me know. Yes? Okay. So we will take this concept a little bit further. We will understand about functions in this class. Now, I know many of you guys have understood a little bit of JavaScript when coming to this particular class itself. So for those guys, I'm just letting you guys know why we will be learning React. I'll be teaching you an advanced form of function. Okay, so basically what we are learning out is the ancient form of functions, guys. It is like Pikachu, or just like I think so. What was the original evolution of Pikachu? It was, I think so. I have no idea. Okay, so think about it in such a way that right now we are learning about Pikachu. While learning about React, when we will go further, we'll also learn about something called as arrow functions. Arrow functions are a little bit more evolved form of function. Think about it as Raichu. So Raichu is the evolved form of Pikachu. I'm talking about what existed before Pikachu. So it was not always. It's not always like Pikachu is the first form, right? There's something before Pikachu as well. I don't remember that, but yeah, Pikachu, Raichu, I think so. Everybody knows about them. So we are going to learn about this concept of arrow functions while learning React.Js. But right now, our focus is to just first understand what are normal functions and how to create them, how to use them. Okay, Pichu. Pichu was the name. Okay, I don't remember that. I've been a fan of Pokemon for a very long period of time. I stopped watching it when I left college. After that, I got into anime a lot. So yeah. Okay, no issues in that. Let's get started with it, guys. Let me first share my screen with you guys. In the meanwhile, like I've already told you guys, if you guys want to connect with me and you want to reach out to me at any particular point of time, I've provided you guys both my LinkedIn ID as well as my Instagram ID. So if you guys want to connect with me, you have any questions or queries, you guys can connect with me on both Instagram as well as on LinkedIn. It will be great to talk to you guys, and whatever questions or queries or guidance that you want, you can definitely approach me. I'm always there to help you guys out with anything. Even in the classes, if you're not able to understand a particular topic, you can always reach out to me, guys. I'll try to explain it to you in a somewhat easier manner. But I always think that in the bootcamp, I'm taking up easy examples. I'm not going that difficult as well. Okay, so nevertheless, you can always connect to me. I've already pinned it up as well. Okay, great. So let me open up Replit right over here, guys. Where is my live chat? Okay, so the live chat is right over here, I guess. Okay. Okay. Let's go with create a REPL. We'll go with Node.js just like yesterday. We will just create this REPL right over here, and we'll get started with our coding. Now, we'll first decide what is the code that we want to write, right? So let's go with a particular line of code, a simple code itself. We'll have three print statements. Okay, we'll print Shaurya, Rakesh, Sinha, my entire name, in three log of statements itself. So very simple, very easy. Okay, so code not code sandbox, console dot log, and we are going to print Shaurya. In a similar manner, console dot log, I want to print Rakesh, and then console dot log, I want to print Sinha. Okay, a simple three log console.log statements itself. Simple three console.log statement, nothing too fancy, nothing too amazing about it. Now, if I run this code, you are able to see inside of a console, we're getting Shaurya Rakesh Sinha printed out on our screen, guys. Right? Now we want to create a function so that we every time I want to print Shaurya Rakesh Sinha, I don't have to copy paste this code like 10,000 times. I want it to be as simple as possible. For example, let's assume I copy pasted this code 10,000 times. Okay, I wanted to print Shaurya Rakesh Sinha 10,000 times. I copy pasted this code 10,000 times itself. Now, if I want to change this Shaurya to Sinha once again, I want to print Sinha Rakesh Sinha. I want to change that. Then I will have to go to all those instances of 10,000 lines of code to change every single place wherever there was Shaurya. I will have to change it to Sinha, right? Now, please try to understand there might be some other code right over here. It is not as if I'm going to print Shaurya Rakesh Sinha 10,000 times continuously. I will be writing these 3 lines of code, then there will be another 20 lines of code doing something else. Then again I have to print Shaurya Rakesh Sinha. Then again some 10 lines of code doing something else. Then again Shaurya Rakesh Sinha I want to print. Then again 5 lines of code that is doing something else. So there is no consistency right over here that you will be able to use for loops. Please try to understand. Loops are something that you can only use if you're doing something consistently. I'm not doing that. I'm not printing out Shaurya Rakesh Sinha 10,000 times continuously itself. I want to do it, but at different locations, at different places, depending upon my predicament itself. Okay. So to do that, I'm going to create a function. Now, creating a function is as simple as creating a variable, guys. Very easy to create. Okay. It's nothing too difficult about it. First, we need to tell JavaScript that I want to create a function. I have to tell JavaScript. So I'll write function. And the name of the function, guys, what is the name of the function that you want to create? So let's call it as Maggie. Okay, we'll call this function as Maggie right over here. And now we have to provide some parentheses. We'll talk about why this parenthesis exists, what is the use of these brackets itself in a short time. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. And then we'll have curly braces. Whatever code you want this function to contain, whatever code you want this function to contain will go between these curly brackets. Okay, so we want it to contain these 3 lines of code, so that will go into the curly brackets as you are able to see. And that is how you create a function. Here we have created a function called as Maggie that contains these 3 lines of code. Okay, so I'll change this back to SHAURY Shaurya. Now if I run this code, as you're able to see, nothing is happening. Okay, we are not being able to print anything. Are you guys able to see this? When I'm running this code, nothing is happening. I'm not able to print anything right over here. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Why is that the case? Can somebody let me know? Why is that the case? When I'm running this code, nothing is getting printed on our screens. Why is that the case, guys? Could you guys let me know? Think about it. Could you guys let me know? If anybody knows the answer, call the function. Okay, many of you guys are saying call the function. What is this calling the function? So please try to understand here, you have just declared what is the name of the function. You have just declared what does this function contain. You have defined the function itself. It is just like me picking up this Batman and telling you guys about Batman, that this is Batman, he is the Dark Knight Crusader, and he's also called as the Dark Knight. His job is to fight the evil in Gotham. That is where he lives. He's secretly a billionaire itself. If at any particular point of time in your life, if you're stuck in a dark alley in the night, he doesn't work in the day. So yeah, if you're stuck in an alley in the day, then you're fucked. But if you're stuck in the alley in the night itself, then you can just call out to Batman and he's going to come and beat the asses of those thugs and save you. Okay. But I have just told you about him, right? I've just defined Batman to you guys. But if you're really stuck in a particular situation, you will have to call him, right? Here I've just declared, I've just defined who is Batman and what can he do for you. But if you want to use the help of this Batman, you will have to call him, right? You will have to call him at that point of time. The same thing is happening right over here as well. Here you have just created a function. You have told what is the name of this function, what can this particular function do for you. But if you want to use this function, you have to call it. Calling a function is very simple, very easy. You just have to write the name of the function, Maggie, and then parenthesis, and then semicolon at the end. As simple as that. We save this and run this code. As you're able to see, now it is working absolutely fine. Now, whenever you want to use this function, you just have to call it. That's it. You can call it 10,000 times, 20,000 times, wherever you want to use it inside of your code. You don't have to write those lines of code again and again. And if you want to change it, you don't have to go to 10,000 lines. You just have to go where you have decided, where you have defined the code, and you just need to change it right over there. And everything is done for you. Are you guys able to understand this concept of functions, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this concept of function, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this concept called as functions, guys? Please let me know. Great, amazing. Now let's try to understand something else as well. Inside of functions, there are two additional things that we need to learn about. One is called as your arguments or the parameters. Okay, now please do not take this to the literal sense, because we are going to understand that there is a difference between an argument and a parameter. Although I put up an or in middle, that does not mean, that is just because my English is not that strong. I don't have any other words for it. But these are two separate things, and we'll understand the difference between the two as well. First, let's try to understand why is this like parenthesis right over there, right? We need to understand that. Now, to understand that, you need to think about a function as a party. So can I use any one of you guys to be an example for this? Can I take up one of your names? Anybody who would like to volunteer to become an example? Please do let me know. Anybody who would like to become an volunteer for the example, guys? So Ayush is a simple name for me to pronounce as well. We'll go with Ayush. So let's assume Ayush became a very huge fan of this community of DevTown. And let's assume Ayush has a lot of money as well. He's next in the line to become the next Ambani or some shit. Okay. And he's like, okay, I'm the next Ambani. I like this entire coding community that has been created. And we need to do something to promote this community. So Ayush basically says that, okay, there's a party at Antilla, that is his house, and anybody who is from DevTown, who is a subscriber of DevTown, is welcome to his party. Now, when Ayush is creating his party, let's go to his party, guys. Let's try to see how his party looks like. So his party is this particular box. Okay, inside of this box, Ayush is organizing his party right over here. So this is the party. This is the entry gate of the party, guys. This is where you enter from. This is the exit gate of the party. Okay. So Ayush told everybody that if you want to come to this particular party, you have to bring a gift to this party. If you're not bringing a gift, you're not allowed into the party. You should, of course, be a member. You should also be a subscriber to DevTown. But nevertheless, you should also be bringing a gift to the party. Now, initially, all of us thought that, oh, Ayush is so rich. Why is he asking us to bring gifts for him? But nevertheless, we wanted to attend the party. So every one of us brought gifts for him. So this is me going into the party. Okay, so this is me going into the party itself. I brought my own gift right over here. This is my gift that I brought for the party. And now there's a bouncer right over here. If and only if, let's draw the bouncer out. This is the bouncer. He has a lot of muscles. I don't know how to draw very well. So this is the bouncer. So now if you have a gift, then only you are allowed to enter into the party, otherwise not. Now inside of the party, when we enter into the party, Ayush has organized a lot of different events for us. A lot of different games, magical chairs, coding events, and all these kind of stuff. And these gifts that we actually brought into the party has been utilized to set up the prices of these different activities that Ayush has planned for us. So he actually did not brought these gifts for himself, but for the party itself. Now that's a great thing. We are all enjoying the party, and all the gifts that we are actually bringing inside the party, it is actually being utilized inside the party as prizes or getting utilized some way or the else. And the best part is, while leaving the party as well, he's giving us a return gift. Whenever anybody is leaving the party, he himself has bought a lot of different things and he's giving us a return gift back as well. Now, think about this entire party as a function. every function, no matter what it is doing inside of the party, inside the curly braces, whatever code is happening, whatever parties is happening, there might be some functions that require you to bring in gifts as well. One of the previous functions that we have already studied about is actually the type of function. Type of. Do you guys remember type of, guys? Please let me know. Do you guys remember the type of function, guys? Do you guys remember the type of function? This is what we call as an inbuilt function. What is an inbuilt function? Some function that has been created by the creator of JavaScript that already exists inside of JavaScript. We don't have to write the code for it. We can directly use that function. So what does the type of function actually do? It gets you the data type of the object present inside of this parenthesis. Whatever object that you give it as a gift, think about it. Whatever object that you give it as a gift, it gets you the data type of, I'm very sorry, gets you the data type of that object itself. So this is like an ideal case in which the gift that you give inside of the function is what is being utilized to get you an answer. So there are some functions that you might have to create that takes in an input from you, takes in a gift from you as well. Let us create a similar type of a function, guys. Let's come back. Let's create a function that takes in the name of the user as well as the age of the user. Okay, it is taking in two gifts. So this particular function that we are creating is taking in two gifts and will log out the name and the age of the user, guys. So they're going to do console dot log and then the name of the user as well as the console. Let's do it in a simple manner. Let's create a greeting message right over here. Hi, name, your age is 12 then plus age. So here what I've done is this is called as concatenation, guys. Now usually when you do, like, let's assume 5 plus 3 or 3 plus 2, it basically adds the two numbers up, right? That is called as addition. But when you use this plus symbol on strings, your name is a string, you are having hi as a string, you're having your age as a string itself. What it does is something special. It basically attaches all these strings together to form a one single string. Here you are having multiple strings, one string, two string, three string. What it does is it attaches all the different strings into form of one single string. This is called as concatenation, guys. This is a concept called as concatenation. So instead of adding things up, because it cannot, these are strings itself, you cannot add them. It attaches them together to form a single string. Again, this is called as concatenation, guys. Okay. So what we've done right over here is that we have a function called as greeting greeting. This greeting function takes in as a gift, that is your name as well as your age. It takes in as a gift your name and age. It will utilize these gifts inside of the function to do something. Okay, it will utilize these gifts that you have given inside of the function to do something. And based on that, we are getting an output right over here. So let's use this function greeting, greeting. We are having the name as Shaurya. And we are having the age as, let's assume, 24. Okay, 24 or 26. Let's take that up. We'll save this right over here, guys. Once we have done that, let's run this. Let us see what is the output. As you're able to see, we are getting, hi Shaurya, your age is 26 printed out on our screens, guys. Now, when you're declaring a particular function, okay, when you're defining or you're declaring a particular function, guys, this particular brackets, the gifts that you require to run this function is called as, can somebody let me know what it is called as? Parameters. These are called as parameters, the technical term for when you're defining the function. When you're saying what does this function require to actually work? What are the gifts that this particular function requires to actually work? This is called as parameters. The technical term, the correct term to use is parameters. But when you're calling the function, When you're calling the function, you're utilizing the function, you're actually giving the gifts inside of the function itself. That is called as arguments. Whatever goes inside of these parameters, inside of these parentheses, is called as arguments itself. Again, these are two different terms. Do not confuse them. Okay, this is a very common question inside of interviews. What are parameters and what are arguments? Pointed out, and people get confused. So always remember a short trick that I'm going to tell you guys. This is how I also remember it. DP and CA. What is DP? When you are declaring the function, it is called as parameters, DP. CA, when you are calling the function, it is called as arguments. So DP and CA in this particular way, you will never get confused what is an argument and what is a parameter itself. Always remember DP, CA. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Great. The next thing that you need to understand is parameters are not the same as variables. Many students start confusing between parameters and variables. They say that, sir, name has not yet been declared. How are we using that name right over there? They are not the same. If they were same, if parameters and variables were same, we wouldn't have the term parameters existing, right? They will be called as variables itself. They are not the same. You don't need to declare a particular parameter at any particular point of time. You can use it directly and then you assign the value when you're calling them itself. Okay. The next thing that we need to understand is here to make you guys understand about strings and concatenation. I've used a string directly. You can also concatenate a string with a number. Okay. You can also concatenate a string with a number. So JavaScript is a little bit smarter than normal coding languages. So what it does, it automatically converts this 26. That is now a number. This 26 is now a number. It always converts this 26 into a string and then concatenates it with the rest of the string, guys. Okay. It converts this 26, your age, as a string, and then it concatenates it with the rest of the string. So it basically does the type conversion for you. It changes the data type instead of you doing it itself. For example, if I save this, if I run this, you still get the exact same answer. Hi, Shaurya, your age is 26. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Amazing, guys. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. The next thing that we need to do is provide us with a return gift. So here what you have done is you first told that who is Batman. Okay, what does Batman do for you? Then you called Batman to help you. Batman came, he did all the things, he defeated the villains, he saved you. But while leaving, he didn't give you anything. You will always want the person who saved you, a particular person like Batman, to give you a souvenir before leaving, right? Something that you can hold on to remember him by. But here, what happened? He came, he conquered, he made sure that he was able to do everything that was listed, that you declared about it, and then he just left. He didn't give you anything back, right? You want something back, you want something to hold on to. Now, why is this the case, and what is the utilization of this from a coding perspective? We'll learn about it while learning about like when you learn about certain things in React.Js itself. But think about it in such a way that when you are running this function, how would you know that the function ran properly or not? Some functions are very big. They can be of 10,000 lines of code as well. How do you understand that the function has completed its running properly? It didn't quit in the middle or something bad happened with the function. How do you understand that? So for that, we have something called as flags. Okay, we have something called as flags. What are these flags? These are nothing else but just a green goal, just like a thumbs up that everything worked properly. Okay, so like when your friend is giving the exam, you do like, is everything okay? He's like, okay, right. That is a flag that you're pointing that okay, everything is fine. This is not a red flag or a green flag, what you guys talk about. Think about it as like a thumbs up that everything worked fine. So for that, we are going to use a return statement that once you have done everything that the function has mentioned, that the function has declared, if everything has worked well, return a zero back. That means everything is working fine, everything worked well, the function is over. Okay, whatever the function wanted to do, it has already done. Just return a 0 so that I'm able to see that everything worked fine with you. So here what we're going to do is to create this return statement, you just have to write return. That's it. And then whatever value that you want to return all okay. You can do that. There's no issues in that. Return all okay. Okay. So if I am running this, as you're able to see, we get our hi Shaurya, your age is 26, and this all okay has been returned to you. You are not able to see it inside of the console because that is where you're printing stuff out, but it has been returned back to you. If you want to check where it is, you can actually save it inside of another variable. So var and then flag is equals to greeting. Okay, so what is happening right over here is when the greeting function ended, it returns something back to you that here, take it. This is something that I'm returning back to you. But right now you're not catching it. You're not holding on to it. Your hands are empty. You're like, I don't want it. Okay, it is there. The return statement is coming back to us. I'm not going to hold it. But what you can do is you can create a variable called as flag, and you can ask the flag to save that return. Whatever came from the function after this execution, you can ask that flag to hold on to it for you. Okay. So I've assigned the flag. It is holding on to it right over here. And then we can print what is contained within the flag itself. So we'll just do a console.log flag. Whatever is present inside a flag, whatever our greeting function returned, okay? Whatever our greeting function returned, we are saving it inside of a variable called as flag. Nothing else. Just a variable holding on to the stuff that has been returned by the function, and we are just printing it out to see what the function has returned back to us. So we run this. As you're able to see, we are getting hi Shaurya, your age is 26, and our function, our variable flag contains all okay inside of it. Our function flag contains all okay inside of it. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. See, if you're not able to understand it, there's no point of asking repeat. Because if you were not able to understand it in the first go, you're not going to understand it in the second go as well. If you have missed things, if you are not paying attention and due to that you have missed, you're not able to understand, it's a YouTube video. Just rewind a little bit and listen to it once again. But if you're really not able to understand, you are really paying attention. What are you not able to understand? Exactly what you're not able to understand. Put it up in the live chat. I will read it and I will help you guys out with that. Okay. So do not write, please repeat, because I'm not going to repeat anything. You want me to repeat, just rewind the video back and watch it again. But if you're not able to understand some particular thing, put that up in the live chat. I will help you guys out with that. Okay. Why have you put Shaurya and 26 in the flag? Okay, okay, so this guy hasn't listened to anything. That is me calling the function greeting. We learned about functions in this class, right? We call the function greeting, and this function greeting takes in the name and age as a parameter itself, as an argument itself. And hence, we have given that argument right over here. And that is what we have done. That's it. Okay. Why was the var flag equal to the function called at and the end? Could you please explain the logic there? Okay, Alvin, definitely yes. So what we want to do is we want to see what the function is returning back to us. We have written a particular line of code, return all okay. So once the entire function has been run, it should return all okay to us. Now that all okay, when it is getting returned, right now you are like, I don't want to hold it. I don't like it. I'm not going to hold it right now. So it is not, we are not able to see where is that return, whatever return gift a function provided to us after its execution, we are not able to see it. So what I've done is I've created a box, I've created a variable called as flag, and when you're assigning it to the function calling itself, whatever return is going to come from the function, it gets saved inside of the flag. Inside of the variable flag, it gets saved right with it. That's just a variable, right? So whatever is getting returned back by the function, we are just saving it inside of the variable. Now that we are having the access to that, before that we didn't have access. Your function was returning something, but it was getting lost in the memory. You were not able to get access to that return. Now that we have saved the return inside of our variable itself, we can just console.log the variable and see what it contains. And as you're able to see, all okay was returned back to us, right? That is what we are trying to do. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Guys, it's a variable. You can give a name of anything you want. You want to name it as Maggie, 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 you can do that. We can just use the same thing right over here as well. That's it. It's a variable. We have learned about variables yesterday. You can name it as anything that you want. Okay, so even if you run this, that will still work for you, right? It's not compulsory to name it as flag. That was just a name that I took, right? Difference between flag and return. Dude, come on, man. I'm not going to explain that. I've explained variables yesterday itself. Please focus upon the class a little bit more. Okay. Why console shows all okay? Because that is what we are printing right over here. Console.log Maggie. That is what we are doing. Okay, so now that you guys have understood this of the concept of functions itself, now this concept is going to be utilized practically while we'll be studying React.Js. I've just told you guys the components of it, what are arguments, what are parameters, how to create functions, how to return something back from the functions itself. I've done that for you, but from a practical standpoint, how are we going to use it? We'll be utilizing it tomorrow while we'll be learning about components and React.Js. So tomorrow is going to be our very first class upon React.Js and components, guys, because our aim is to learn React.js. Our aim is not to learn JavaScript. That is just so that we are able to start with React.js. That is the concept right over there. Whatever new concepts of JavaScript will come while learning React.js, I'll be teaching you guys right over there, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Okay. So the next thing that is there is, guys, like I've already said, I've provided you guys with my LinkedIn ID and then my Instagram ID. You guys can always reach out to me at any particular point of time. Right now, I'm going to take up your attendance. Your attendance will be closed in just 5 minutes. Today's class is a little bit shorter because it's my mother's birthday. So I'm going out with her today. So the class will be a little bit shorter today. I will just be taking up the attendance right now. The attendance will be closed in just 5 minutes, guys. Once I provide it, it will be closed in 5 minutes. So please be ready for that. Do not tell me, sir, I missed the attendance, or this happened, that happened. I've been taking up boot camps for the past 2 years, and 5 minutes is more than sufficient to fill up your attendance. As you already know, yesterday also I've told you guys this. If the attendance is not working for you, refresh or reload the attendance. If the attendance is not working for you, refresh or reload the attendance. Again, I'm explaining. If the attendance is not working for you, refresh or reload the attendance. Okay. So right now the attendance link is in the live chat. Please start filling up the attendance. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 9:03. Exactly at 9:03, your attendance will be closed. Please start filling up the attendance right now. At exactly 9:03, the attendance link will be closed. I'll be providing the attendance for just 1 minute. After that, I will not be providing the attendance. Exactly at 9:03, the attendance will be closed. Please start filling up the attendance. If you're getting an error like traffic error or something, refresh or reload your attendance. Getting an error like a traffic error or something, refresh or reload the attendance. Please start doing it. After a minute, I will not be providing you guys with the attendance anymore. Please start filling up your attendance right now. I have provided you guys with the attendance link in the live chat. Please start filling it up, and after that, I'll be closing the class as well. Okay. So I provided you guys with the attendance for more than a minute. For those who are there, okay, please start filling up the attendance right now after a minute. I've already stopped providing you guys the attendance. Please start filling up the attendance right now. Okay. If you're done filling up your attendance, if you guys want to connect with me, you guys can definitely do that on either Instagram or LinkedIn. Both of that I've provided you guys in the live chat. I've pinned it up as well. Thank you so much, guys. We'll meet in tomorrow's class and we'll continue from right over there. Will that be fine, guys? Please let me know. We'll meet in tomorrow's class and we'll continue from right over there. Okay. Okay, great, guys. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye. Bye.